back. Welcome back, my dear friends. Later tonight, I'm trying to keep up my challenge with going live at least maybe, I don't know, 5, 6 times a week to revamp our channel to put a heartbeat back on it. Welcome back if you're watching later in recording. So today was such an interesting event, and I couldn't help but think about the topic that we had yesterday. We want to talk about Melania Trump, and of course, I told you guys, and many of you shared that, is that we admire her elegance, her style, her poise, the way she presents herself, the way she stays out of the spotlight, but taking care of her responsibility, and so on and so forth. But enough. Today I was listening to the news updates, and I absolutely loved how she went cold turkey on Joe Biden, how she rejected the meeting that she didn't feel she should be part of. I was so proud of her for standing her ground, being able to give her cold shoulder, being able to just dismiss someone in such an elegant way, without extra drama, but showing somebody rejection in a very classy and elegant way. I think that is something we really could learn from her in this day and age. Social media and news are really fueled by drama, but she managed to handle something in some ways very important, but yet she still took her own, and she really showed this way that her peace of mind, her own authenticity, her family interests are way far more important than how she had on the public. Because obviously on the public, that would look, oh, look at how lovely they are having tea. By the way, I'm having tea. Hi, Elizabeth. Hello, someone else. I cannot read your name. It would look so nice for the photos, get together and drink tea. But she really showed her strengths that, she does not want to drink tea just with, she does not want to drink tea with a person that put her husband, her child, and all of them through hell, that said and done horrible things. I truly respect that so deeply, and I think many of you, I would like to know your opinion, but I would think that many of you would understand why. Why wouldn't you wanna have a cup of tea with your enemy? And since she is the wife, um, I completely respect her husband decided to go and show up and do what he has to do. But that's a beautiful part of being, not being in a leading role, being able to take a back seat when, and have also respecting that you don't have to suffer, you don't have to um, do things that feel extremely I absolutely love that she didn't start the drama, she didn't start the going once again to podcasts and give interviews. She just ended by sending a very nice message that she won't be attending. That event is like a nice to have. It's once again not something crucial, such as event where you absolutely have to be there, where you agree on transfer of power and so on and so forth. But I was thinking to myself that she is such a savage. She is such a savage. She is such. She definitely is an Eastern European in this matter. She is so reserved, so strategic, and so classy. The way she handled this situation once again, and yeah, you have to deserve to be in her presence. She without spending too much oxygen, too much air. She just let you know that you have to deserve to be in her presence, to be around her, to have tea with her. It's a great honor, and she's not having tea with traitors. She's not with people who didn't wish her well, who disrupt her peace, who um, made some very obnoxious moves, and maybe more that you and I we will never know, right? So yes, I just thought that she truly is an example. It's incredible that in this time of social media, where everybody is trying to get a spotlight, say something controversial, be in a scandal, she really does everything to stay away from that. She really does absolutely everything to elegantly, you know, to elegantly avoid the spotlight. But on the side, when she has to be in the spotlight, uh, she has such a, well, she was a professional model, so she has such a beautiful poised. She really knows how to present herself. And some comments yesterday, some of you guys were leaving comments, and um, I completely respect someone else's taste and someone else's preferences, but somebody mentioned that she's cold and distant, and uh, she's not um, she doesn't, as if she doesn't love her husband. Well, we don't know what's going on behind the closed doors. Some of the families that show on social media their joy, their pictures, if you know them in person, or if they're famous people, and then you learn scandals and you learn drama, then you learn that they're not nearly as perfect. I prefer again who are authentic. And I think those moments that media does everything to catch, those moments when she was caught off guard, maybe did not feel like public display of affection. I think it's moments they caught a moment of real life. Do you always in your life, did you always feel exactly, thank you, in your private life, if you are married, were married, or in a relationship with a partner, do you always have ideal life? Don't you feel like you wanna sometimes you wanna throw something like not literally, but it's normal to have, you don't know, maybe they had a major argument, maybe there are things behind the scenes. They are people like you and I, they're just a normal people. Your husband is a very powerful person, and I can guarantee you he is not easy to live with. And they have a very somehow they to survive all these years. They also knew each other 5 years for their marriage, and somehow they work together really well. It just everyone gets on your nerves sometimes. You do have moments, and I much rather see um a real relationship, real people. I much rather see that than pretense. If you lived your life, I can guarantee you had times when you need to go somewhere with your significant other, or be on or go to some family meetings that you didn't feel like going and you had to, or you had a major argument. Sometimes there are those arguments you feel sick for several days after. This is the worst part about relationships in general, is that when you care about someone, um, those things really get under your skin. They hurt you, and you get off balance. Of course, people trying to show that on live, right? People not trying to show that on on public when they know everybody's filming, but they really trying, and it's real life moments. So I would just focus on the whole picture, on the big picture of that, and see that you can tell just looking at her son, looking at Baron, that he is a smart child. I think it was his idea to go on Joe Rogan. I'm not so sure about it, but I remember Trump was saying that his son is good with internet, so he helped him out. You know, the next way didn't have to spend $1 billion. Went on a podcast, by the way, very interesting one, and yeah, she put her energy where it counts, and that's what I liked about her, that she really does put her energy where it matters, where it counts. It may not be on the headlines, but it goes behind the scenes. And you know, that's something we all can learn. We have, it's quite popular type in Eastern European culture, you know, very reserved, very cold, um, very warm on the outside, but very warm, caring, and passionate inside. So yes, that's something. I think that's something we can all learn. Something that is what we can learn from in this of drama. You know, in this era of consistent drama. So, what are your thoughts? I was laughing so hard. She's just like, ain't no, ain't going, no thanks. I when I just came to the United States, for me the hardest part probably was so it was about 15, oh no, not 15, 16, 17 years now. For me the hardest part is a fake nice. When people telling that they're happy to see you, not really. Then people care, like, hey, how are you doing? You know, like when it comes from the heart, that is a beautiful thing. But I find it very energy draining, having talks and pretending, and yeah, it's also very confusing. You know, when you come from a different culture, it is so confusing when you have to, um, when people, it's such a weird thing because they'll come to you and say, oh, nice to meet you, oh, you look so nice, blah 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 blah, yes. And then you realize all this means absolutely nothing, and you can't, why you can't make friends, because this is just politeness. It doesn't go any deeper than that, and that's extremely confusing. You know, I have some family and friends here, you know, same also from Eastern Europe, and that's one of the biggest struggles. You don't understand why everybody is so polite, so, and so, like, as if they're happy to see you, as if they want to get to know you, and maybe in small way somewhere they do, but it doesn't, you know, nothing happens. You know, a close friend of mine told me, man, she said something like, it's impossible to make friends here. Of course it's possible, but in our country usually you need to deserve a smile. Our people are generally, Eastern European people are generally very warm and very hospitable and very inviting, but you need to earn a smile. You need to earn um, that connect. And then when they say things, they really mean them. And so I think in case of Melania, she's like, no, I'm not sitting there faking it, making, you know, fake photos with our cups of tea. How lovely, you know, we are two wives of the presidents having such a lovely time. She just, I think her body just rejected that with her more, her mental, emotional pain, suffering doing that, rather than just say no and keep your dignity and stay in the comfort of your home and not dealing with fake and and betrayal. That's the worst, I think. And that's something where we can all learn from it. You know, being firm with your decisions, uh, not have to over explain yourself. I think sometimes cold and cold and quiet is the best response. It's very deep. If you think about it, it's very deep. Take it how you want it, but that's how it is. I absolutely loved. I watched a few videos about that, and I was laughing. I'm like, yeah, you know what? She's true to herself. I really love that. What do you guys think? Do you have um, a similar way of dealing with things? So usually, I feel like in a people pleasing is a major thing. It's like, you know, you sometimes abandon, that's what I noticed, you often abandon yourself for other people, you know, because you can never say what you think the way you want to say it in certain circles. But I think it pays more to stay yourself and to be able, without insulting somebody, without, you know, getting in some deep conflict. I think I don't see anything wrong with being very strong on your boundary. Just simply say no. I love that. It's another reassurance for us who have a kind heart, how to be savage. Well, that's mainly all I wanted to say. Um, Jason is saying, I once reach a certain age, priorities become clear to see, and no one can develop a thick skin, or they want something. Oh, sorry, one can develop a thick skin. Yes, I think there is that I'm discovering myself that as you mature, as you grow as a person, and more years pass by, there is something absolutely amazing that happens. You truly stop caring and prioritize somebody else um, over yourself in terms of trying to please them, especially if that doesn't feel right and that feels inauthentic. That is such a beautiful thing. Nobody told me about that. You know, everybody, you know, people in general, you know, want to stay young. People don't want to say about, you know, what happens when you mature. But I think that is such an amazing thing of getting wiser and mature, is that you truly prioritize. If you are a healthy person and healthy mentally, you will prioritize your peace and over trying to impress someone, over trying to impress people that don't like you in the first place as well. I just absolutely love that. So, welcome Stan, thanks for joining. Elizabeth, thanks so much. Do you ever sleep? You're like Donald Trump. He didn't sleep for 72 or 75 hours around election time. So, Elizabeth, you have something in common. I don't think you ever sleep because you are in Scotland. So I assume it's like early morning. Yes, it is a compliment. You're savage. Thank you so much for coming and thank you for supporting. If you guys are new on this channel, please say hello. I love that I'm having new. So yeah, if you're watching the video now, I've pretty much shared what I wanted to say. I would like to hear your thoughts about the topic. Um, you know, somebody said if women in power, there would be no wars in the world, but countries not talk to each other. I think that was beautiful. You know, no wars, but nobody would talk to each other. They would be just ignore. A difficult thing I had to do is to let go of people who were quote unquote friends because they were simply draining me. Had to end it. Yeah, yeah. We sooner or later we all go through this, and I think it's unavoidable process probably. You know, sometimes we are blessed with the people and friends for, and you have to go through some challenges. Nothing is always so smooth, but yeah, I think it's a beautiful thing to be able to discern, because friendship would not require you to be in pain. So as any true relationship, any genuine relationship does not require you to experience pain. And you know, there is so time in life. I'm realizing this now more than ever, especially you know after the sudden car crash was in a couple months ago, that you know you realize that you start to really feel it. You consciously want to fill your days with things that have meaning. I don't know, maybe it's also you know the growing, maturing, you know, having more years under the belt, where but I think it's all connected, because you really want to fill your days with the real stuff, not drinking tea with some fake friends. Real tea with the real ones. Yeah, so yeah, I was just clapping, you know, I was listening to this news, I was driving, doing some things, and I was just clapping, not my hands, but in my mind, I was clapping to Melania Trump for being so elegant, for being savage, for being just so real, and showing the world that no, not doing this, not making fake friends with somebody who had threatened me and my family this their entire term, you know, or maybe even longer, we don't know. So I really appreciate this like non-drama savage approach. It's truly incredible, and people should think better when they make hurtful things. They should think strategically. You know, how is this gonna look like if you will be crossing paths with that person again? Do you have to end things on drama? Do you have to put somebody through hell that you know you may have to deal with in future? One thing that does change with age and time is that you stop giving chance. That's one of the you know one of the most significant things that I can tell. That maybe I don't know 10, 15 years ago, there are things that I would try and force and you know try to give them a chance, so to speak, basically let people bring you down again and again, you know, not follow their promises. But right now there is only one chance. I think um, it's really an incredible thing. I wish it would come earlier, you know. I wish it would come 10, 15 years ago, but I guess that's why they say that wisdom supposed to come with time. So I would say that Eastern European people can be very warm and very loving and very passionate and very engaged and very engaging, but you have to have tour and they have to feel trust with you. It's they're very cold on the shell, but it's only shell. Trust me. If you ever been, if you have traveled or you have most people or you have been in contact with somebody from Eastern Europe, most people, of course there are people who are just in general reserved, but even those that look reserved inside of their home with their friends and feel that the enemy is not there, and they feel that you're a genuine person, you will not believe how warm and affectionate and loving and passionate they really are in real life. But that's not given free, and there is no this pushing fake kindness. You know how the cultural difference was, when you go somewhere in Eastern Europe, people give you space. Yes, when you come to a business or you come to some social events, it's I don't know why, but I just feel so so strongly this when people like, oh, nice to meet you. Well, sometimes people do mean that. Most of the time it's fake, and I have this like little lamp in my head. It's like blinking, it's like a blinking light, and it feels it's like a, the lie detector. It's always it's 9 out of 10 times it's ringing. On the other hand, that 10 doesn't ring, or 1%, when it doesn't ring, this is where, I have beautiful true connections, and I feel it, and it's something really pleasant. It's something really pleasant. Like today, I saw a good friend, and the way she hugs me, that's just like, that cannot be fake, that cannot be played. It's just such a beautiful feeling. And yeah. it's it's a fine line between being polite and being fake, and I think in America it's just such a part of a culture that you do it even if you don't mean it. One trait I noticed in most of the ones I met and know, that they are loyal. Yes, very true. Yes. Um, we really we really do value friendship and connection, but you have to break the ice. You have to break the ice. Once you create rapport and connection, sometimes people barely know you, and they will treat you like they knew you their entire life. So, all right, my dear friends, I think that I'm a little bit late tonight. One of the topics that are coming up, we're going to be talking about how would you feel if the woman, if you get a proposal, if the, I can't even say it, I'm sorry. I want to ask men who follow my channel, probably maybe tonight or tomorrow night, we'll see. I want to make a live about women's initiatives in relationships. I was listening on the radio and I was driving yesterday, and I just could not believe this. They were talking about trends of women proposing. I'm just, like, this is more than this is more than a person with common sense can handle. But that would be an interesting topic, and I think it would be really fun at the same time. So, don't think I don't know whether or not I can handle it, and try not to laugh. Regardless, thank you so much for joining. I know many of you will join much later today or tomorrow. Um, can't always make it on the same time, just because life is getting so busy, but the goal is to get on going, to give it a heartbeat. So thank you, everybody. I love your comments, and some of the videos, some of the most interesting comments I can probably feature sometimes and respond them on live. Yes, if you would like to contact me, you can email me to consultveronica@gmail.com. um, I had another email, more professional, but I can never I could never check it on time, so I don't give it, because I don't even have that website anymore. There is a possibility that I will have it again, but as of now, good old Gmail is good. And I will post all the other links, how you can find me, how you can support the channel if you like, and social media, so you can first comment under the live, and this is how we can stay in touch. But most importantly, if you enjoy my live streams, please comment, share your opinion, and if you like to see more, please subscribe. All right, I will see you soon. Have a wonderful night and join in. Okay.